or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. Hello, Peggy and Terry. It's just me, Shel, today. So there's no ladies. Peggy's traveling, lucky lady. I'm not sure where she is right now, but hey, I wished I was there. All right. The pad is just okay. There we go. It's live. This thing looks live. Everything is live. All right. And I've turned on. Okay. All right. So today, October wrap up. If you've been paying attention at all, we've been making art journal pages every day for the month of October 2021. It's almost over. I'm going to be working on Lalka raccoonier today. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I already did Thomas Thrill Curran, and the video is already up on my channel. So I'm doing tomorrow's today, and then this speed video for this one will be on the other channel, and then you can watch it live here. So I've been working all month in my Delusions insert dialogue journal with the manila pages, and there's just one page left. And all the rest of them are completely full, even the backs and fronts with all my pages. So this is my last page, and then I guess the next couple will be on the black background because, yeah. What can you do? Peg's in Texas, she says. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Peg, of course. Looks like that's who we've got. So I already started my drawing this morning because I wanted to be able to make a mask. I plan on making a spray background. Peg's been doing a lot of spray backgrounds, and I was catching up on her videos this morning because my dog Mika decided that it would be a good time to wake me up at 5:30 in the morning by jumping on my head. So sometimes that happens. I don't know what she wanted or what she just cuddled in and went back to sleep. And even when I tried to get her up for breakfast at 7, she came back upstairs and went back to bed. So I don't know what her deal was this morning, but I was already up, so I watched the rest of Peg's videos that I hadn't caught up on. You guys should go over to her channel and watch all her videos. She's making really funny and fun stuff, and she's more snarky than me, so she's been doing a lot of snark type stuff too. Welcome, Rennie. Hi. So I got out a few different sprays. I have a lot of sprays. Most of them don't work anymore because I don't take the time to clean them out because I just get annoyed when they start acting like that. But I got out a few different Tattered Angels ones that would work this morning. These two are, that one's a glimmer mist. This one's a flat, doesn't have glimmer in it. And then this one is also glimmer, so it's got mica. So 2 of the 3 have mica. Then I also have this mica spray pearl, which is from Ranger, and I believe Peg sent me this actually. It's still got the stuff on it, the little plastic thing on it. But I did pull the lid off and use it to see if it would work. So my character is Lalka raccoonier or raccoonier, depending on if you want to add the French spin to it. But my idea behind the character is she's a very fancy girl, and she gets really annoyed when you call her a trash panda. So she's going to have flowers and sparkle and bling and everything that you can think of to make her a little bit more girly and pretty and not a trash panda, because she just really hates that. So that's why it's not pronounced raccoonier. It's pronounced raccoonier because she's fancy, right? So I'm going to do my background first. I thought I would maybe use a stencil, and I did create it just an easy mask just to cover the drawing so that I wouldn't, mess with it much. So let's see if these, sprays are working. So this kind of spray is this Glimmer Mist from Tattered Angels, which I don't believe is being manufactured anymore. That might not be true, but I know that the company that this was made by got sold. So I know that it might be named something else now, but it's a good water-based spray, and it's shimmery, as you can see, because it has mica in it. And that's the reason that sometimes it clogs up. So before I put it away, I take a wet wipe and I just wipe the this area here where the stuff comes out, with the hopes, I hope and pray that it will not get clogged. The next time I use it, it won't be clogged. But of course, I usually use a box because I have a spray box, but I threw it away when I was cleaning my room. I figured if I needed a spray box, I would make another one. So I'm just trying to protect my desk with papers. So that was yellow. It's called It's Yellow, and then this one was apricot jelly. Yum. So then I'm going to put a stencil over it, and I'm going to spray a little bit more to make it a little bit more interesting. This is a Stencil Girl stencil. Let's see, L822. And it's just basically like a bunch of vines. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool stencil. So I'm going to use this one that's called Vine. So I can get it to spray. This one doesn't have any glimmer in it at all. Did I get everywhere? I think so. This one's just, they used to be called baseboard because it was just spray without glimmer. But then I'm going to use some of this mica spray from Wendy Vecchi Ranger products. And I really want to get a lot of sparkle on there, you know? Got to go with sparkle when you're fancy. And then I think I will just get my roll of paper towels and just roll over it, which makes an interesting pattern on the paper towels. Oh, there we go. So that's what you get. That's my background. I guess I didn't spray the green over here, but I mean, I guess I still could. Just the mask is now stuck to the stencil. A little bit of that green over there. A little bit of mica. So let's see who else who's joined us. Hi, Nell. Welcome, welcome. I think I got everybody. If I didn't greet you, sorry. Also, I want to greet the people that are coming in after the fact and watching. If this is your first time coming and you're watching on recording, thank you for joining us. We're very grateful. Well, it's usually us. Today it's just me. Thank you for watching the channel, I guess is what I should say. There's lots to see. We've been doing this for a few years now as live streams, and there's plenty of videos to watch. Okay, I think I'm happy with my background for the moment. Now, we were talking about, and I don't know if you guys have been aware of this, but we are doing a new live class. We're doing a live class quarterly, and for this upcoming November, starting on the 6th of November, we are doing stamping and mark making for mixed media. So if you haven't joined the classroom yet, it'll be $25, and the link is below the video here for you to go over to Peg A. Robinson and sign up. You can sign up with a credit card or with your PayPal. And it's stamping and mark making. So I thought I would do some stamping and mark making on this page, since that's going to be our focus for next month. See how much sparkle there is, especially with that extra hit of the Wendy Vecchi mica spray. Look at that. Sparkle! Sparkle is awesome. It's not really dry. Maybe dry it a little bit more. So some of you have already joined the group in our Premier membership before the jelly printing class last quarter. So you're already in there and you'll be able to take the stamping class. But if you haven't joined yet, that's your chance to get in there. That's pretty. I like this sparkle. I need to get some new fillers here so that I don't wreck anything else. Some that are not wet. Oh, whoops. I just have a basket next to me of all kinds of, that might actually be the one I just used, but it doesn't feel wet, so I guess I'll just go ahead with it. You just try not to mess up the rest of the pages. Now, if you have areas that you put a mask and you didn't fill all the way in, we can fix that later. But the next thing I'm going to do is some stamping. I want Miss Racounier to have some flowers. So I got a few flower stamps out. I've got this one and this one. What else? What else? Maybe this one and this one, and maybe some leaves and some centers like that, that, maybe. We'll see. I prefer wooden mounted stamps myself, red rubber. I do have the other kind, but I think they're inferior to these. So they are more expensive, but I like them better. So I don't worry too much about it. I think they'll last forever and ever and ever and ever. Long past me, I'm sure. So let's start with this one in the center. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp them in black. So I've got some archival ink here, and I'm just going to ink this one up to start with. I put it right in the center. Of course, stamping in a journal, you've really got to make sure that there's some pressure. And if you don't quite get enough pressure and you leave a mark where there's not anything, you can always fill it in with a pin. So don't stress too much over it. So that's a good start. Let's put this one on. I'm trying to make like a flower crown. So I'm just trying to fill it in a little bit. Nell's talking about loving and hating sprays. I agree. I'm mostly on the hate side. A way to unclog them is to completely take it apart and soak the straw part of it in the same way you would soak anything, like with oil soap or something. You can soak them overnight. Of course, you've got to put something, you're taking this whole bit out. You've got to put something over this so you don't spill it. Also, you can take a pin, like a straight pin, and press into this little hole. Press a pin into it, and sometimes that'll unclog it. But overall, they're just really super annoying, basically, I think. That's why you don't see me using them very often. But they do make a quick and pretty background. So if you can stand it. Also, of course, you should clean them every time that you use them. Clean them after, before you put them away. Let's put a few leaves in here around this. Do I need one more? I don't know, maybe. So what I like about these little ink pads and this also works with markers, is if you have just one little section you want to stamp, you can just ink part of it like that. See, that has 2 leaves, but I only used 1. I like to do that with the small ink pads. Small ink pads don't last as long, but you can refill them with re-inkers, so I don't worry about it too much. Okay, what else do I have over here that I can stamp with? Now, sometimes you can get stamps that have 2 different pieces. One is a fill-in part. So this particular one has that. So I have ones that I can stamp inside to fill it in, and that means I don't have to color it later. And I can usually get 2 impressions out of it. So I can just fill in all of my little leaves. And then I also have a center, a thing that makes a center. And this one doesn't have a center. So I can take my orangey color and make a center. And then I can also fill in these others a little bit with that same color. And then I can just color the rest of it in any way that I want to. Do I need anything else? That's probably enough. I can fill it in later with other stuff. So let's just push those guys aside. Of course, if you don't have flower stamps, you can always just do it with your hand. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from painting, you know? So let's fix the areas where I have not got the color all the way to the edge. Oh man, my water's nasty. Well, let's just put some on the pad here. I have a silicone pad underneath here. I forgot to clean my water tray and it's gross. It's like dark green. But see, you can just use this stuff like watercolor. And you can go and fill in those areas where your spray missed because your mask was too big or whatever. It didn't fit right. And no one will ever know, right? No one will ever know. Hopefully. I don't really want to pour it because I'm afraid it'll all come pouring out too fast. Which is probably exactly what would happen. So I'm just going to fill in around here if there wasn't color. Okay. That works. So now I've got some flowers on my raccoon. Probably going to paint those flowers and raccoon with watercolor maybe. Because I tried to keep this as clean as possible, this area. So it still should be, and it doesn't have gesso on it. So it still should be, absorbent for water. So I should be able to watercolor. And that's the reason that I mask it off like that. So let's get out some watercolors. Why not? Why not? This is a big set of multiple colors. And before I start, I'm just going to go ahead and get them all wet. And I forgot to get some water for watercoloring, so I'm going to have to go grab some. But it'll only take me 1 second. Oh, never mind. These are still clean. I'll just use those. Cool. Let's see. I probably want these to be pretty bright. Go ahead and put that one away and get some nicer brushes out here. Yeah, that's a nice brush. This is a silver brush, Black Velvet number 8. and it is a round. So when you're looking at watercolor brushes, you want this part back here, the part in the back, to be able to absorb a lot of water. So that's the most important part, is this back part. And then you can get it wet and then kind of roll it to keep the point tight, because you want to have the point tight. And then when you're spinning it into the watercolor, it's a good idea to have something to, I don't know if anybody can see anything in my screen here. So you can load your brush and you spin it like this to keep it nice. So you can keep the point of your brush nice. Watercolor brushes can be very expensive, and it's nice to keep them going for a long, long time so you don't have to go replace it. So it's nice to, it's good to invest in a quality watercolor brush if you're really going to be serious or semi-serious. Also, you should have 2 different buckets of water, one to clean the paint off and then one to get clear water from. Let's see, what color should this one be? Blue? Should I make it blue? Sure, why not? Maybe add a little bit of this blue in just to give it some depth. Clean paint off. And then I can just have a brush with clear water that I can then blend. Blendy, blendy. So then this one over here is going to be purple. That's a good color. So I'm just going to lay in the color around the little stamped center. And then I can come in and blend it out a little bit. Purple and yellow makes yuck. Should have thought of that. Can add in a little bit of this pink because I need to counteract that nasty yuck color. Doesn't look very purple. I wonder if this set has a white. Here we go. So in watercolor, white is gouache, and it's the only one that's somewhat opaque. And most true watercolor sets don't have it, but sometimes you get lucky and have it. All right, I think I'm going to pump up this orange in here a little bit, maybe here too. Just make it a little brighter. Maybe add a little bit of something to those leaves too. I'm going to get watercolory. I might as well get watercolory, right? So that's cute. I think it's cute. We're going to add some more stuff to that later. But let's go ahead and color the panda. If I have, what do I have on this set? Oh, I've got a black. I've got 2 blacks. I've got ivory black. I've got 2 different brands of ivory black. Okay. So let's figure out which way this set goes. It goes this way. So that second one in the row here is supposed to be ivory black. So let's find out. That is definitely a black. Nice. So we'll start around the eyes then and get the whole mask situation going here. because you know the raccoon has that masky area around their face, which is what makes them look different than a cat, because sometimes they, to me, look kind of like cats. I mean, their snout and everything is very similar. So there's a very good possibility that this watercolor is leaking over. But that side has a lot of collage, and this side has some collage, so it should be fine. Of course, I drew the face right over the top of the crease. That's the way it goes when you're playing in an art journal. Sometimes you've got to deal with the crease of the book. Super cute, super, super cute. It's also got a black nose, so let's do that too while we're here. Get down in that little area. Okay, so what if I wanted gray? I do have some colors on here that are grayish, like this, man, I can't even read it. Something genuine. Which one is that one? Let's see. It's this one right here. Let's find out what color that is. It's actually a blue, it looks like. But it's a very gray blue with a lot of shimmer in it, actually. It's got some interesting properties there. So we might use a little bit of that. So in the case of this watercolor paint, I really am getting it soaking into the paper a lot, because this isn't watercolor paper. So maybe I should have been smart and put some watercolor ground or something. But that's life. Just gonna live with it. Let's get a little bit of shadows going here around the flowers. So cute. A little bit of gray around the nose. I can't get it blended out fast enough because it's just soaking right into the paper. But it is very cute. Let's see, maybe I also should warm it up a little bit with some brown too. So let's get a little bit of brown going here somehow. I'll mix it with that. I just can't see, can you? Mix it down a little bit with that grayish color. And then we can just kind of maybe add a little bit of that to the top of the nose, blending it out a little bit. And maybe just like right here, around the tops of the eyes, just to give it some color. maybe down here on his little her. Didn't mean to call you a guy there, Alka. She'd probably bite me. Maybe get a little bit of warmth up here in the ears and around. And then maybe we'll use this grayish color underneath here too, grayish brownish. Pretty sure they have a like a white chest. So I'm probably not going to add a whole lot of color there. Not sure I've ever really studied a raccoon up close. Have you guys? And then the tops of them are black, right? So the arms would be black, I think, but they do have that belly. So I think this part over here should be mostly darker. Fill that in a little bit. At least I hope I'm doing it right. I don't have a picture. I should have got a picture out of a raccoon. Let's see what people are saying. Talking about the temperature that's going to be in their area for Halloween, I think. We pretty much always have a fairly warm situation here in Tucson. All right, and then I made a tail because I really felt like it needed a tail. I think what I'm going to do is just put some water on the tail, and then I can fill it in. I think it's stripy. Oops, that's not the right color. Let's get some more of that black. I think it's like this. Which is super fun. Let's get some more of that, whatever that was. This bluish, grayish. Oops, more water. Just to give edges here. Maybe a little bit of brown mixed with it. Okay, let's darken up some of these edges. And I'm gonna go with, let's see, do I have a super dark? Super dark. What color? So maybe if I mix a little bit of this black with some of these other colors and just make kind of a generic color here. They have dark eyes, dark. I think I want to darken up the nose a bit. A little bit more around the eyeballs to be dramatic. So the color is like sinking down into the paper, making it lighter. I wished I got a better blend up here, but I'm not getting much of a blend. Some more of that ivory black to make. Let's make some little fur. It has fur. And with the very tip of the brush, you can just kind of like flick, make some furry marks. So is it looking raccoony yet? I think so. A little bit of some sort of a red or pink situation. Just really weak. Just right here. All right, I think I'm done with my watercoloring for now. I'll put these guys away because they're taking over the world here. Sure my brush is clean and I've got the pointy parts so that it can dry that way. And we'll give this a dry too. Want to get it good and dry. Okay. Ugh, messy, messy, messy. Now, I want to do a little bit of pen work here because I want her to look more finished. So I'm just going to go around the eyes like this. I want to leave that white or light color as much as I can. I want to make it a little bit more defined, I think. Same thing with the nose. I'm just going to just make it a little bit more defined. And put the darker, hopefully this will stay darker, but it may not. The darker lines in. Oh, stupid crack in the page is like, grr. Grr. This is a Pentel pocket brush, by the way, guys, if you were wondering. I'm going to put a few more little marks. Even though I did stamp, it's still, I want to have something to do with my hand on it, right? And then, of course, she needs some whiskers. How else will she know how to navigate at night? Without her whiskers, she would probably be in trouble. Cute. And then, of course, where there is black shadow, there must also be what? Must also be light. Because you just can't have dark if you don't have light. That's how the world works. So I'm just going to put a few little bits here and there with some white Posca pen, acrylic paint. Acrylic paint, of course, being useful in the fact that it is opaque in most cases, with white anyway. The white is opaque, so you can go over the top of other things and add a highlight. So I'm adding marks. I'm putting my own hand in this, which is what mark making is all about. Add a little bit to this funny white areas of fur. Oh, she's stinking cute, I think. Okay, let's see what we want to do. Oh, I wanted to do one thing, yes. Gotta get some more shimmer on there because she's fancy. That's the Windy Vecchi mica spray pearl from Ranger. I'm pretty sure that one's still out there. Let's see. Welcome, Laura and Marilyn. Glad you're here. Spray it out a little bit. And I want to put a little bit of a border around the edge. So I'm just going to grab some black ink to do that. See, I've got over here some bleed over from the page on the other side with the fluorescent pink. So I want to add, well, I like to add ink borders anyway, but that helps with that bleed over situation there. You can cover up some of that. And I like borders. Although I don't necessarily do them all the time. Sometimes it's just ink, you know. I like the way Peggy's been doing her a lot of borders on her pages. If you guys haven't went over and watched her videos yet, you should. Because she's making all kinds of really interesting borders. Because it does bring the page together to have something that's uniform all the way around the edge. Brings a 2-page situation into looking like something that it should, that it should be together like that. So it's a good way to do it. I just tend to go for ink. I like the way it looks. I like that it's uneven and a little bit more mixed media looking to me. And then let's do something with this background, and I want to just make some marks. So what I'm going to use is this inside straw. You can do a lot of fun stuff with the inside straw of a ink bottle. Even if it can't spray anymore, you can make like painterly looks, because it's not as controllable. And so it makes a great mark making system. And that's generally what I do with my ink bottles now, because most of them are so annoyingly stuck that they won't spray anymore. See how that makes that stencil in the background look like something I painted, because I'm putting these irregular hand done marks on it. Looks more organic. And it's the same color that I sprayed, so it definitely matches, but it doesn't look so much like a stencil. Because the thing about stencils and stamps, we all love them. They're great tools. But unless you designed it, it is not your hand, right? It's somebody else's design. So if you want to make something be more your style and your hand and your art, a good way to do it is mark making. Doesn't that just change that quite a bit? I cannot see what happened over here, so I'm just going to make it up. I don't see the spray there at all. I don't know what happened, but someone else join us? I don't think so. Now, the easiest way to make marks, especially if you're using ink, is to just splatter water on it. Because a water-based thing like watercolor or ink, or like, even specialty inks like Distress, just putting water on something makes a change. But these things are super easy to splatter with, because you just stick it in there and then you just tap. So you can make splattery marks all day long with these ink sprays, which are fun. And what if you wanted some splatters from those other colors that you put on there? How about this apricot? I love splatter. Splatter is like, I love it. I love it, love it. This pink one, I couldn't get it to work this morning, but I could absolutely splatter with it. He was being a jerk. He wouldn't spray. Let's just clean up a couple of the marks where I don't want them, like around the eyeballs. I don't mind them anywhere else, but I don't like them on the eyeballs. So let's give that a good dry, and I'll see what anybody's talking about. Lenny's talking about something about raccoons. She remembers going to Haiti on a mission, and they went to a zoo that had animals from around the world, and she wanted to see what was represented from the United States, and it was a raccoon. And she tried to explain how raccoons are kind of a pest, but they just love their little hands and their bandit look. They are super cute. I think they're cute. I mean, I know they're pests and they get into the trash, and you know they eat plants they're not supposed to eat and all that, but they are stinking cute anyway. All right. Is this dry? Is it dry? I think it's dry. Okay, let's see if we can bend it a little bit, because it's, you know, it's got stuff on both sides, which are his collage and things, and it's making it not lay flat. All right. We need to jazz up her flower crown a little bit. So I have got sequins. I've got paper flowers. Let's get some stuff out and glue it. Make it fancy. So fancy. Maybe a little white flower might be cute to add. A little something, something. Ribbons. I've also got some other ones that we could, you know, could add a purple over here, maybe. Yeah, this cute little pink one. Something. It's pretty. It doesn't lay very flat, but it's got stuff inside of it. It's pretty cute. Maybe another tiny one in there. That one's not very bright. What else do I have? How about purple? A tiny purple right there, something. I think this one's not. I mean, it's really cool, but it's got these things that are like not going to let it lay down flat at all. So how about yellow? Is there any other brighter color than that? Why are my colors all so dull? This orange one's pretty, but it's way too big. I probably used all the bright colors already because I tend to like the bright colors. Red is not really, no. I want it pink. Well, when all else fails, if you can find one that's white, you can change the color. Or how about this yellow? I could change the color of that yellow one by spraying it, right? Absolutely. In fact, if you just had all white ones, you could just spray them all, and you could have whatever color you wanted anytime you want. And that has the extra ability to make it sparkly because it was a sparkle spray. So is that better? I think this one's too big, so let's find another one for that side that's not as big. How about that one? We'll spray it too. With something. Well, the pink didn't spray. This purple didn't spray. So really my only option is either more yellow. Guess I could make it more yellow. Hi, Ingrid. Welcome. How about that? Okay. That's pretty cool. Let's glue them down. Glue them down. This needs to, where's my little pin? I keep putting a little straight pin in here so I can use it for these type of situations. And then, yeah, I can't find it when I need it. So I guess we're going to go for tacky glue. Tacky glue. Tacky glue. Tacky glue. So now we're mixing up the media. We've got stamped. We've got watercolored. We've got paper flowers on top. And making it a little bit cool. Maybe we add some of these sequins because she's so pretty and fancy. Ugh. Welcome, Barbara. Oh my gosh. Can you open or what? I just look for what's underneath. Let's just use the generalized ones underneath unless... Oh no, let's use these. I love these. You know how I always like Stickles glitter glue. I mean, some of you probably know that about me. These are basically Stickles glitter glue only in sequin form. I think they're super awesome. Let's put some little dots of glue down here and there, like you do. Then we'll throw some of these on. One more. I wanted that smaller glue applicator of that other glue, because this makes big dots, but they will dry down to clear. You just won't see it on the show today. Might get some bigger ones for those centers, maybe. Like these gold, because they're gold. Because who doesn't want gold? Where's another one right there? And there's one right there. Okay, make sure everything's really stuck down. Push them down. So that's fun. A little sparkle. Maybe a little sparkle in her eyeballs. What you think? Can I just cut one right there and right there? I think I could. Nobody could stop me, right? Just a little sparkle. Yep. She's so fancy. I bet you guys all wish you were as fancy. Get back in there. Pesky little things. Of course, now I'll have little sequins for days because I won't ever get them back in the bottle, you know. It's like glitter. That's fun. Okay. Make sure it's all stuck, very stuck. Because that's going to be like right on the fold. That probably wasn't too smart. Okay, let's see what we want her to say. What do we want her to say? I did print out some stickers. What did I do with them? Where did the stickers go? Oh, there they are. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention this. The name, I looked up the name Lalka, and it is a Polish word, which means doll. So she's petite, she's tiny, she's cute. She's, you know, that kind of informed my my plan as well. When I was trying to figure out what to make today. She's little, she's cute, she's petite. All right, let's see if I can write without being too much of a pain. You may call me. You may call me see if I can get my stickers out here. These are printed with my my Brother P-Touch. You may call me Dollface. Because, you know, Lalka. Love Muffin. Princess Flower Bottom. Or simply, you guys notice I'm writing with an actual pen. This is making me so nervous. Or simply, you want to reposition these. You may call me Dollface, Love Muffin, Princess Flower Bottom, or simply the one. I don't know what happened there with that. But I guess it looks like I can clean it. Must have been my fingers. You know, my fingers are always dirty. Princess Flower Bottom. When I bathe my dog, I call her because the shampoo that I use smells like well, to me it smells like lilac, but it's supposed to be AUPH WI something, some flower. So I call her Princess Flower Butt when she comes out of the shower because she smells like flowers. But I didn't want to put butt because that's probably not a nice word. Okay. But not. Not. Let's see. I had some stamps. I was going to stamp some letters on there, but maybe I won't. Because I think it's not going to fit. Well, maybe it will. If you're going to collect stamps, I recommend collecting letters. That is not dark at all, is it? This is not a good inked up pad. What did I do with those other ones? Yeah. That needs to be re-inked. That's the other thing. You need to keep your ink pads juicy or else they don't stamp the way you want. They got a bit juicy. That's much better. TR A S H. P A N D A. Exclamation point. You may call me Dollface, Love Muffin, Princess Flower Bottom, or simply the one, but not Trash Panda. I think she said her piece. All right, let's see if we can jazz this up a little bit. Because I'm using this pen, I can make fat and thin. I can be a poet and not even know it. Trying to make fancy letters, you know. Fancy, because she's fancy. You may call me I think I need a small. You may call me Dollface. Love Muffin. Princess Flower Bottom. Or simply the one. Or not trash panda. Okay, I make myself laugh anyways, even if no one else laughs. Just want to put a little bit of highlight on these letters, just with like some dots, little dots of white, because this is such a interesting font. You don't really want to make lines. I'll make sure this thing's coming out white. Seems to be absorbing into the paper. And when that happens, you need to shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. But not trash panda. She'll open a trash can of whoop butt right on you if you call her that. Okay. What do you guys think? Is it done? Should I do anything else? We still got 15 minutes left. Dunzo? Opinions? Welcome, Lisa. Usually we go all the way to 10 o'clock, but I might be done. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want to ask me about the upcoming in-person class? Online class. We don't have any in-person classes. Still COVID. Should I get out a little bit of Stickles glitter glue? Oh, I like my Stickles glitter glue. Where is it? Let's put some more sparkly sparkles on, because why not? It's already got Micah in the background. It's got some, what are those things called? Sequins. We can have more. There's never too much sparkle. So much sparkle. Let's put some on here. I like it. Bling, bling, bling. You're welcome, Lisa. So this one will be up tomorrow as a speed if you want to watch it again, or you can watch it again here as real time. And it's almost the end of the challenge. We've already done our mood board and our pick a stick this month, so October's pretty much winding down. Like Peggy just said, everyone that celebrates, have a happy Halloween, or if you celebrate a harvest festival or a solstice, that's awesome too. We're kicking off for the big holiday season. Our upcoming lives in November will all have a holiday theme, and we've already scheduled those, so you can see them on the thing when they pop up on the thing when we schedule them. So they'll be, winding into all the big holiday, the big Thanksgiving holiday, the big Christmas / Hanukkah / Kwanzaa / whatever winter solstice, whatever one you celebrate. In December, and it should be fun. Happy Samhain, Barbara. Okay, I guess nobody has any questions about anything. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off 15 minutes early because it didn't take as long as I thought. Maybe because I drew my basic sketch at the beginning before we started because I was afraid it was going to take too long. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for all of you who come and watch the recording. We love you too. Be sure to give us thumbs up. Me, I guess, thumbs up. And you can leave a comment if you want. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.